By the 7th of February 2022, Pete is officially calling Kim his girlfriend in an interview with People.
If I'm off, I just either hang with my friends or chill with my girlfriend inside.
While Pete seemed quite certain who his girlfriend was, Kanye, on the other hand, seemed a little confused. Despite being linked to Julia Fox, on February the 8th, he'd been seen out with Kim K lookalike model Chaney Jones, with details of a budding relationship between them slowly coming out in the media in the weeks that followed. And then, the day after Kanye was linked to a new lady, on the 9th of February, in a Vogue cover story, Kim would elaborate on her reasoning for leaving Kanye, essentially saying rather cryptically that she had spent years making Kanye happy, saying that she's now decided to focus on her happiness instead, regardless of whether it causes the collapse of her marriage or family unit. And apparently, less than an hour after Kim's Vogue article was published, Kanye took to social media again, posting pictures of his kids alongside the depressing caption, "God, please bring our family back together." Following this, reports circulated that Julia Fox and Kanye's relationship was marred by his existing feelings for Kim and a desire to get back together with her, with Julia even revealing Kanye insisting that she stepped up her fashion sense if she wanted to be seen in public with him, with her apparently getting clothing tips that made her look suspiciously like Kim Kardashian. The relationship with Julia Fox didn't look set to last, and on Valentine's Day it came out that the couple had indeed split up, with Julia Fox contributing to the theory that the whole relationship was fake by posting the following on social media.
Y'all would love if I was so upset. The media would love to paint a picture of me, a sad, lonely woman crying on a plane by myself, but it's not true. Why not see me for what I am, which is a #1 hustler? I came up, y'all, LOL. And not only that, but Kanye and I are on good terms. I have love for him, but I wasn't in love with the man, Jesus Christ. What do you guys think I am, 12 years old? And for the record, the only time I cried in 2022 was on February the 6th on my dead best friend's birthday. Anyway, if you want the full tea, you're gonna have to buy the book when it comes out.
#1 hustler. Gotta wait for the book. Sounds like a fake relationship to me. She'd also go on to mock reports that she had fled LA alone in tears following the breakup, saying,
"Tearfully, Daily Mail, you're straight trash. I haven't cried since 1997, and I especially wouldn't cry over this. If anything, I've been laughing more than before, and if I look like crap, it's because I got out of Terminal 1 and ran on foot to Terminal 7, because I was late for a plane to go and see the only men that matter, which is my son and my dad."
So while Kanye was having a depressing breakup with Julia Fox, who was making him look like a fool on social media, he was playing both sides, apparently sending a truck full of roses to Kim in what appeared to be a completely unwanted Valentine's gesture. This came along with a fresh social media post of Kim out with Pete with a Kanye West caption saying, "I don't have beef with Kim. I love my family, so stop that narrative. I'm not giving up on my family. I bought this coat for Kim before SNL. I thought it was particularly special. I have faith that we'll be back together. I never had anything against Daily Mail. I got love for everyone in the media. I wish you all the happiness in the world. I speak directly to the media outlets the same way a ball player speaks to the ref. The world is our court, like a basketball court, and the court of public opinion. We have a public relationship because we are public figures. So to the public and to the press, sometimes people call me crazy. But to be in love is to be crazy about something. I'm crazy about my family. Happy Valentine's." But heartbreakingly, whilst Kanye is going through these feelings, Pete and Kim are out for a successful Valentine's Day, being photographed kissing in public. Funnily enough, just the day before their little Valentine's Day PDA, Kanye had actually been going at Pete's neck on social media. Firstly saying that he was cutting Kid Cudi from his upcoming album due to his friendship with Pete Davidson, as well as sharing an image from that birthday dinner where Kanye had stiffed Pete on the check with Pete's face whacked out. He ought to put a big X over the food that he didn't pay for too. He would go on to say that he just wanted his friend to have his back, as well as posting a bizarre photoshopped poster putting him and Pete's faces on the Captain America poster, showing himself, Drake, Julia Fox, Travis Scott and Future facing off with Pete Davidson, Kim Kardashian, Kid Cudi, Billie Eilish and Taylor Swift, along with a caption saying the internet has still not found a decent picture of Skeet. He'd also post part of a message apparently directly from Skeet saying, "As a man, I'd never get in the way of your children. It's a promise. How you guys go about raising your kids is your business and not mine. I do hope one day I can meet them and we can all be friends." Following that up with an image of Pete being fed popcorn by Machine Gun Kelly and a caption saying, "No, you will never meet my children." Apparently Kanye's feud with Pete, or Skeet as he was now calling him, was trending above the Super Bowl, with Kanye sharing that fact and another caption reading, "I didn't wake up and fight for my family to trend over the Super Bowl, but it happened. The Super Bowl brings families together. For everyone married, hold your spouse close, make sure they know how much you love and appreciate them, because there's a Skeet lurking in every dirty ass alley, waiting to help and destroy destroy your family and walk around in Calvin Kleins around your children. I wish my wife was with me and our children sitting at the 50-yard line. At Kim Kardashian, always remember West was your biggest W. Well, apparently Kanye would still make it to the Super Bowl, with his daughter after all, but things were far from over. He would go on to call Pete a dickhead and begin to get political in another post reading, "Look at this dickhead, I wonder if Instagram gonna shut down my page for dissing Hillary Clinton's ex-boyfriend." This was followed up with a close-up image of a Hillary Clinton tattoo Pete apparently has, with another caption saying, "When I tag people, I'm just putting together the web. There are a group of people who run media and the election, thank God for free speech." And another caption saying, "Y'all seen that tattoo, but if I speak up, then I'm crazy. I told you, not going to use that one no more. When a garbage man goes to work, he gonna smell like trash, but it's time to take the trash out the house." And hell, Kanye was turning into a one-man Netflix at this point, because he went on to hit followers with yet another fake movie poster, this time captioned, "This ain't about Skeet, people, it's about selling y'all a narrative. Skeet just playing his part in Frozen 3. Except it's not in the theaters this time, it's on Daily Mail. Tell Bob and the entire Disney staff you wasted your money on Star Wars and Marvel, because even though it makes you money, you'll never control the high schools. No one's ever heard a Machine Gun Kelly song, Bob." With all of this crazy stuff flying around, it would be easy to believe that Kanye's page had maybe been hacked. But he would quickly come out to put any possibility of that to rest with an image of him holding a handwritten note saying he's not hacked alongside the day's date, and another caption reading, "My account is not hacked, I will be at Sunday service at noon and will be taking North and Saint to the Super Bowl. At Shay thinks, I'll double whatever they're paying you just so you don't have to look at that porn ever again. Big love." And the following day, he even reposted a message from a fan supporting him with a caption seeming to call on his fans to harass Pete Davidson in public, saying, "Thank you guys for your support of my family. My family means more to me than any other accomplishment in life. If anyone loves me and my family, if you see Skeet in real life, scream at the loser at the top of your lungs and say Kimye forever. Broken heart emoji." With Kanye going off so hard, it's no surprise that within days, on the 16th of February, Pete Davidson rejoins Instagram after a long hiatus, quickly following Kim Kardashian. After this, Kanye leaked a private message from Kim telling him that he might get Pete hurt with his demands that fans harass him in the street, with Ye adding the ominous caption, "Upon my wife's request, please nobody do anything physical to Skeet. I'm going to handle the situation myself." And after that, he would post an image of a guy in a headlock and tagging Kim Kardashian. After this, Kanye would share another message, seemingly showing that Kim was concerned about dangerous people doing scary things, with Kanye responding, "I will always do everything to protect you and our family forever, and I listened to you and told everyone to make sure nothing physical happens to Skeet." With another screenshot revealing that in the same convo, Kim had asked Kanye to stop sharing their conversations publicly, with Kanye saying that Kim is his favorite person in the world, and asking why wouldn't he share with the whole world that his favorite person had messaged him. Many people would point out that at a certain point, Kanye's behavior began to seem like harassment towards Kim, and soon he would come out with another post addressing that too, saying, "I've learned that using all caps makes people feel like I'm screaming at them. I'm working on my communication, and I can benefit from a team of creative professionals, organizers, mobilizers, and community leaders. Thank you everybody for supporting me. I know that sharing screenshots was jarring and came off as harassing Kim. I take accountability, and I'm still learning in real time. I don't have all the answers. To be a good leader is to be a good listener." But Ye wouldn't stop completely, and continued posting alarming things to social media, like an uncaptioned image of a sign reading, "Stop telling fathers they should have fought harder to see their children, and start asking mothers why he had to fight at all." And then quickly backtracking on his pledge not to use all caps, saying, "Vision, oh sorry, all caps is back for the people, that's all cap." In light of Kanye's obsessive behavior online, on the 18th of February 2022, most of the Kardashian unfollowed Kanye on social media following his public threats towards Skeet. And it also would come out that Kanye had been banned from SNL, with the cast saying that his name would never be mentioned on the show again because his threats are no laughing matter. After this, on the 23rd, Pete puts up his first public Instagram post since reactivating his account. This was a promo clip for a new project, with the comments immediately flooded by Kanye fans telling him to find God and calling him Skeet. This Kanye loyal hate mob's negativity quickly prompted Pete to deactivate his Instagram account. And 2 days later, on the 25th, Kanye would declare victory, telling his followers that him and his fans had ran Skeet off of Instagram, going as far as to say Pete should tell his mother that Kanye changed his name to Skeet for life. Funnily enough, it was that very same day that Kanye fans begun to realize that his new girlfriend Kanye Jones looked suspiciously like Kim Kardashian. In the days that followed, she would post a picture looking incredibly Kim-like, along with Kanye and a black heart emoji, and on the 2nd of March, Kanye would repost an image of him and Kanye Jones holding hands from a blog that had called them a couple, seemingly confirming them as an item, captioning the picture with a black heart emoji too. Hopefully this relationship was the real deal, and Kanye was moving on positively as a single man. Because that same day, Kim Kardashian is granted permission by a judge to be legally single. And during a hearing, Kim had apparently told the judge that her estranged husband was causing emotional distress by putting misinformation about private family matters publicly on social media. But only a day after this, Kanye would take emotional distress to a whole new level by releasing a music video for his song Easy with The Game that had those lyrics where he said that he was going to beat Pete Davidson's ass, with the video depicting Kanye kidnapping, beheading and burying Skeet in the ground with some seeds and then growing a plant out of his head, ending the video with a caption saying that everybody lived happily ever after except Skeet. Just kidding, he's fine. The day after that, director James Gunn would come out publicly in support of Skeet on Twitter, with Kim Kardashian liking it, amid reports that she was apparently furious at Kanye for releasing such a shocking and violent video about Pete. And whilst people were defending Pete, Kanye was wallowing on social media once again, dropping an IG post with a poem about divorce that was very depressing indeed. But the wallowing didn't help, and Kanye would eventually be forced to address the backlash from his music video depicting violence against Pete Davidson, posting a screenshot from the video along with a caption that read, "Art is therapy, just like this view. Art is protected as freedom of speech. Art inspires and simplifies the world. Art is not a proxy for any ill or harm. Any suggestion otherwise about my art is false and malintended." But a couple of days after this, Kim would have some get back of her own. On March 11, sharing fresh pics of her and Pete together on her own Instagram for the first time. A big step for her in cementing Pete officially as her boyfriend in public social media posts. And 2 days after that, on the 13th of March, Skeet would finally decide to fight back, sending Kanye numerous messages defending himself, along with a picture of him apparently in bed with Kim, with their conversation going as follows. "Yo, it's Skeet. Can you please take a second and calm down? It's 8 AM and it don't gotta be like this. Kim is literally the best mother I've ever met, and what she does for you and those kids is amazing. You are so freaking lucky that she is your kid's mom. I've decided I'm not gonna let you treat us this way anymore, and I'm done being quiet. Grow the fuck up. Oh, you using profanity. Where are you right now? In bed with your wife. Happy to see you're out of the hospital and rehab. Same here. It's wonders what those places can do to you. Go get help. You should try it. I'm in LA for the day if you want to stop being a little internet bitch boy and talk. Well, you're more than welcome to come to Sunday service. Why don't we meet after Sunday service and Saints game? I'll be at the BHH and we can have food and talk it out in my room. Privately, one-on-one, man-to-man. What you're doing to your family is dangerous, and it's going to scar them for life. Please handle these matters privately, bro. I beg you. You want to see me? Come to Sunday service. This isn't public, dude. I'm not here for pictures and press, which is obviously all you care about. My offer stands. I wish you'd man up for once in your life. Let me help you, man. I struggle with mental health stuff too. It's not an easy journey. You don't have to feel this way anymore, and there's no shame in having a little help. You'll be so happy and at peace. You have no idea how nice I've been to you despite your actions towards me. I've stopped SNL from talking about or making fun of you, which they've wanted to do for months. But the same day as this madness is all going down, Kanye posts up a public prayer for his children to make it to Sunday service, which was incredibly strange.
God, if it is in your will, touch the people that are currently watching, my children, whatever sleepovers at, wherever they are at, the various nannies that watch all the children, and touch them and say, please bring my children to Sunday service this morning at 10 a.m. God, this is out of my hands. It's up to you. This whole conversation of custody, this whole narrative, gaslighting, all of this. It's like right now, this is up to you. I thank you for putting me in a position to be able to make Sunday service and put this online and have my family, be there.
Kanye went on in this prayer to God to bring up Pete Davidson's texts about being in bed with Kim and the status of their divorce.
Please, the boyfriend texts me, antagonizing me, bragging about being in bed with my wife. I thought it publicly for a year and a half. I've been dragged, and how she's not my wife. She don't have her last name. And now he texting me, talking and bragging about how he's in bed with my wife. And I'm like, well, who's watching my children if he's texting me bragging about being in bed with my wife? And I thought this wasn't my wife no more legally, since I got I got the lawyer to finally finish the divorce. Because every time I finish the show, the Free Hoover show, the next day she dropping the last night. Every time I do something positive, it's some negative that's coming. I go and get the laptop from Ray J. Then she joking about divorce. I go and get the lawyer, change the lawyer so we can finally do the divorce. And then somehow I'm the one that's the stalker.
Now, I'm sure God probably left that one on red, but Kanye kept going, continuing in his prayer to reference Pete's tattoo of Hillary Clinton, saying that Kim gets people out of jail and Hillary puts them in.
Kim gets black people out of prison. You know who puts black people in prison? The person that the boyfriend has a tattoo of, Hillary. You understand the setup right here? You understand the narrative right here?
In another video, he would also say he'd spent 6 hours driving his children to school and playing with them in Kim's presence that very evening.
I was at the house 3 times this week driving. I was staying 2 hours an hour and a half out of LA. I drove a total of 6 hours every day, like 3 days in a row, to take my kids to school. And then I was in the house with Kim, putting the kids to bed, doing puzzles, doing homework with my daughter, with my children.
But he would go on to say that this energized him because he was previously unable to work after his kids didn't make it to his Donda 2 show.
And then, so that's already creating, oh, I'm cool. I can pick my kids up. I felt energized because I couldn't even rap. I couldn't do anything after North wasn't allowed to go to Donda 2. It paralyzed me.
Kanye would go on to say that Kim has the power over him and ability to cut off access to his kids, which is what he says he's rallying against in the court of public opinion.
And after I saw him, I felt alive again. And then just at the drop of the dime, she can be like, okay, you don't see your kids today.
Kanye would end this video with a chilling line aimed at Kris Jenner, saying that he's not O.J. Simpson and that they're not going to win this one.
Watch this, scrutinize this. Laura, Tracy, Chris, all y'all scrutinize this very close. I am not O.J. Simpson. You're not gonna win this one.
Yikes. On the 14th of March, Kim actually replied to Kanye on Instagram after he shared an image of pins on his daughter's backpack depicting Kim, Kanye, and an alien, along with a caption reading, "This was on my daughter's backpack when I was allowed to see her last week. This is why I go so hard for my family. I am wired to protect my family at all costs. As the priest of my home, don't worry, Northie, God is still alive." To which Kim replied,
"Please stop with this narrative. You were just here this morning, picking up the kids for school."
And a few days later on March the 16th, Kim goes on Ellen and says that she's trying to take the high road and that she just wants the kids to see the best of the best.
No matter what goes on, it's the father of my kids. I'll always be protective. I always want my kids to just see the best of the best. So I just try to, as hard as it can be sometimes, I do try to ignore it and just try to do whatever's best for the kids.
To me, this is a warning shot, and Kanye really needs to read between the lines. If he can't tone it down, he won't be seeing any of his kids. Also in this interview, Kim creepily revealed that Pete had actually got her name branded on his chest. And following the never-ending media shitstorm that seemed to follow Kanye's every tweet, more and more media pundits would stick their little snouts in, as second-best Daily Show host Trevor Noah would go back and forth with Kanye after a somber monologue on his show, where Trevor defended Kim, saying that he felt like Kanye had been harassing her after he saw the Easy video.
What I see from this situation, I see a woman who wants to live her life without being harassed by an ex-boyfriend or an ex-husband or an ex-anything. What we're seeing, though, is one of the most powerful, one of the richest women in the world, unable to get her ex to stop texting her, to stop chasing after her, to stop harassing her.
Following this reasonable criticism, Kanye decided to take the low road, heading straight to IG to call Trevor Noah a racial slur, which quickly earned him a 24-hour ban from Instagram, as well as the removal of his offer to perform at the Grammys, where Trevor was due to host, with this mess being followed by a very mature response from Trevor Noah, where he expressed genuine concern for Kanye's apparent abusing and harassing of his ex and her new boyfriend from escalating, with Trevor saying, "Damn. Here we go again. Everybody saying what's not for him. There are few artists who have had more of an impact on me than you, Ye. You took samples and turned them into symphonies. You took your pain and through the wire turned it into performance perfection. I thought differently about how I spend my money because of you. I learned to protect my childlike creativity from grown thoughts because of you. Shit, I still smile every time I put on my seatbelt because of you. You were a serious rapper who also knew when not to take himself seriously. You effortlessly brought comedy into music and made us all smile when we rapped along. You're an indelible part of my life, Ye, which is why it breaks my heart to see you like this. I don't care if you support Trump, and I don't care if you roast Pete. I do, however, care when I see you on a path that's dangerously close to peril and pain. You have every right to fight for your family, but you have to know the difference between that and fighting your family. I've woken up too many times and read headlines about men who have killed their exes, their kids, and then themselves. I never want to read that headline about you. If you're just joking about it all and I'm an idiot for caring, then so be it. But I'd rather be the idiot who spoke up and said something to you in life than the cool guy who said nothing and then mourns for you in prison or the grave. Clearly some people graduate and we're still stupid. Don't ever forget that the biggest trick that the racist ever played on black people was teaching us to strip each other of our blackness whenever we disagree, tricking us into dividing ourselves up into splinters so that we would never unite into a powerful rod. I can't front though, that was funny as shit. Look after yourself, my brother, and hopefully one day we'll all be laughing about this situation and how it all ended with peace and love. And to be honest, for me, this is a good tone to end the story on, because what Trevor Noah said is one of the most poignant things to have come out in response to Kanye's recent outbursts. His threats towards Pete are the culmination of a steady decline to the bottom of the barrel for Kanye. And Trevor is right. It's so sad to see an artist that we've all admired for nearly 2 decades trashing his legacy and descending into a jealous and petty ex who can't just be the bigger man. Kanye used to say that he felt like a superhero with that Trump hat on. But these days, when he has his phone in his hand, he's coming across as nothing but a nasty villain who can't just let his family live. Yes, Kim Kardashian isn't going to be the easiest ex to co-parent with, but Kanye, you married Kim Kardashian and you were the 3rd guy to give it a try. What did you really expect? Perhaps you really were the come-up she was always looking for. Kanye is frequently boasting about his high IQ and saying that he has the intelligence of Howard Hughes, Einstein, Nikola Tesla and Walt Disney. But if his creative intelligence is a 100, then his emotional intelligence is dead 0. If he wanted a marriage that was going to last, he shouldn't have married Kim Kardashian. And if he wanted a woman he could control and who would follow him around the earth without having her own agenda, he shouldn't have married Kris Jenner's daughter. He really needs to accept that the marriage is over, and it was his behavior, particularly the presidential run, that caused that to happen. Kanye ultimately screwed up by choosing his ego over his family. But the sad truth is, Kanye just never seemed satisfied. Being the richest man wasn't enough. He had to be the most powerful man. He had to become the president. And in the end, it was that greed that caused him to lose the one thing that he really needed to keep his feet on the ground: his family. And after everything that he's done following this messy breakup, I just don't see him and Kim getting things back to the way they once were. The best thing that we can hope for is that going forward, Kanye sees sense, moves forward positively, stops embarrassing himself and his family in public, finds a new relationship that makes him fulfilled, and co-parents his children in the most positive way possible. He's a great man, but ultimately a flawed man, and without a doubt, one of the most interesting human beings who has ever lived. Hope you enjoyed that long breakdown. I pray for the best for Kanye, Kim, and Pete, and maybe with a little work, they'll all live happily ever after, even if that means happily apart. Appreciate you getting to the end of this video. Thank you for your support, and until next time, peace out.